Yo, what's up, guys? I'm here with another episode of Karen Commentary, and I want to address this video that's going around with this young Asian woman. Well, I don't know if she's young. You can't say it's ageism and shit now, so I don't know if she's young or old. But whatever. But a young Asian woman, and she had a message for a lot of people about if you have a token white person with you. You should let your friend group know before bringing them around because a lot of people don't want to deal with white people's shenanigans. And as a black male, let me say that is bullshit. I mean, and that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be completely honest because what am I not honest for? I get what she's saying because at the end of the day, you have to understand what she's saying. The same way people be like, "Oh, I understand why I don't agree, but I understand why people shoot up schools," like stuff like that, wicked stuff like that. You gotta understand it though. So I get it, though I don't agree because the other way around, of course, and that's the most blatant thing right there. The most blatant thing is the other way around. Or if a white person was to say that about any other race, especially in America in any day and age, not in any day and age, but in this day and age and maybe a few years ago even, or in just this current state that we're in, yeah, you will be condemned. You will be looked at as crazy. Even though there is a lot of white people rhetoric and a lot of stuff that may be similar to it, this is kind of like blatant, like, yo, and which is kind of cool because it's kind of like, I look at it like, I respect people who are, no, not respect, but it's like, yo, if you honest, then it's like, I gotta respect it, you know? Don't hide your racism behind Instagram or behind Twitter or behind any social media platforms. Tell me to my face. Or just make it be known so I know what I'm dealing with. You know what I mean? I don't want, like they say, the less evil. I don't want a lesser evil. If it's evil, I just want the good evil because the lesser evil is the one that's gonna do more damage to me in the long run. I don't want to get into politics, but yeah, y'all know what that means. But yeah. But then also the thing with this though is that, yeah, so that's the most blatant one that's like, yo, sis, I get your sentiments. I get what you're saying, but the way you put it or articulated it, or even the fact that you kind of put that out there like that, it's kind of like, that sucks to say. Because let's be real. I feel like that applies to mostly every friend group, regardless of color. Shit, if you have a bunch of white people in one group, and Timmy's coming along, and he's also white, some people just don't want to deal with Timmy's shenanigans. You feel me? If it's a bunch of black people, Trevor, all of us is going around, Trevor is coming along, and Trevor's black too. You know what I mean? Oh, yo, we don't want to deal with Trevor shenanigans. I hear that. But when you start to make it about a race, and you start to perpetrate the same type of thing that these racist people put into our mindsets, then yeah. You know what I mean? That sounds, you then take the role of the oppressor. You feel me? But then moving forward though, this is to white people who do feel offended by this. Because it's like I said though, let's be honest, I do feel like this is offensive though. But at the same time, I do want to address one thing and say this. I feel like this is one of those situations, or this blatant act of racism, or blatant voice of racism, or whatever, or blatant voice of, yo, this is how I feel, my segregated ways, or this is how it should be, or this, then, the third. I feel like this is a direct effect of white America. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. This is the system that the forefathers, that all the people prior, not all of them, but a lot of foundation that was laid down in America was this. You know what I mean? We're a country that was founded, that was run, that was built off of the backs of other people based on their race. You know what I mean? So this is our culture as Americans. It sucks to say, but it's like if you go anywhere else, just like, for example, I remember the comedian Michael Blackson said it one time. He said, yo, he's from Ghana. Shout out to Ghana. I'm from Ghana too. Well, I'm from Brooklyn. You feel me? But yeah, my lineage, my family, my parents, all from Ghana. And me, I'm a Ghanaian at heart. You feel me? Brooklyn Ghanaian. It's different. You know what I mean? But yeah, with that being said though, when he said that he's from a place where everybody's dark skinned and everybody is looked at the same, if that's the case, there is no racism. And there's a lot of places in the world that are just the same way, that haven't been touched by America's effects of racism. So they don't judge people based off of color. You know what I mean? There may be classism, there may be other ways of judging people or interaction, but their sole interaction isn't based off of somebody's color. I remember when I was in sociology or whatever it was, or biology, one of them, and they used to ask like, "Yo, what's the first thing you identify when you see somebody?" And all of us started saying color, 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 color. And then that's when it was like, "Yo, you see, we've been programmed to say that because in America, this is our lineage." Like I'm saying, this is what we're taught. This is the first type of things we're taught. We're taught about, oh, people are different. Well, we're not even taught that they're different because of color. They were taught that before, though. Like, let's be real. They actually taught certain things like that. They actually gave certain dialogue like that. They gave certain doctrines like that, to show that, oh, based on your skin color, you're inferior or superior. You know what I mean? Me, born 1992, you know? So it's like, I feel like there was a little shift going on in the educational system where a lot more people started being a lot more woke, or started waking up to certain things, injustices that was happening. But yeah, for the most part, we were programmed to always think that, oh, the first person, or the first thing we see when we see a person, first thing we think when we see a person is their color. No, the first thing you do when you see the person is identify their gender. You know what I mean? You identify their gender. You look at their clothing. You look at other stuff. And then, yeah, you know what I mean? It processes in your head, oh, what race they are. But it's like, yo, off rip, if that's the first thing that goes to your mind, then that means that you are under the American mindset, bro. Sad to say, and that's what it is, man. So it's like, yeah, this video, I do not agree with her sentiments at all, though I do get it because, like I said, I feel like that applies to friends in general. It's not just one friend. I mean, it's not just your friend with a certain skin color, though that's what I'm saying. I get it, though, because it's like, yo, let's be real. And that's what I'm saying I feel like, this is the last thing I'm going to say on this topic. I feel like certain white people, they have the right to be offended, of course, because at the end of the day, this is offensive. It is offensive. I get it. But at the same time, I feel like there's other white people who do understand what she's saying, and they still don't agree, but they do understand it, or they do understand that, oh, wow, this is predicated, this comes from my ancestors. This type of mindset, this type of mind frame comes from my ancestors. Oh, actually, I'm gonna leave you with this one last thing, too, because also, that's the thing, though. It's like, man, let's address the black people. Can black people be racist? Yes, black people can be racist. You feel me? Because in America, we were taught that, oh, black people can't be racist. But yes, black people definitely can't be racist. Why? Because black people in America are Americans. Racism is an American thing. So think about it. It's like, nah, you can't say, oh, you can't be racist because you're not black. No, racism is an American thing. So if you identify with being American, even if you don't, if you go through the rules, if you follow your life, or if you live your life as an American day by day, you're, I mean, 99% of the time, you're probably racist too, bro. Like, let's be real. You can't follow a certain doctrine. You can't live your life a certain way. You can't live under a certain culture and not take from that culture or a doctrine or anything, bro. How does that ever make sense? So it's like, yeah, I want to debunk that. Yes, black people can be racist. I mean, they even got I don't want to butcher his name, so I'm not even gonna say it, but they even got a whole preacher, or preacher teacher. This is a guy who's on YouTube. Damn, I forgot his name, but he talks about how he's a racist. And he admits it, but it's kind of like he puts it a different way. But it's like, yeah, at the end of the day, yes, you can't be racist, though. But then when white people start to say, oh, black people, y'all can be racist too, this, that, and the third. Oh, Asians, y'all can be racist too, this, that, and the third. Just stop for a second and think like, yo, why? Where's this coming from? Where did they learn this from? They didn't learn it from Africa. They didn't learn it from fucking Panama. They didn't learn it from so-and-so. Where did they learn this from? And then from there, take another step and accept the fact that it's like, wow, right now what we're dealing with, when we're dealing with all this quote-unquote ratchet shit, or all this bullshit that's going on with all these races, and I'm a black person, so I'll talk about that too. Like I said, this should be for another topic. I should talk about this with more people. But people got to start accepting the fact that it's like, man, we're dealing with the effects of the shit that we did, you know? Like right now, if I decide to stop paying my rent, in the next 2 years, if I get evicted and my children are older and they don't understand what's going on, but I'm just like, oh yeah, the system, am I not doing them a disservice by not acknowledging that? Am I not doing myself a disservice by not acknowledging my past mistakes or the past mistakes of people before me and understanding that, yo, we're now living in an environment that was curated, that was put in place, that kind of was like bestowed upon us, and we just seen the effects of it. When you see broken relationships, it's like, oh, okay, or broken marriages, or you see, oh, they talk about, oh, there ain't no fathers in the household. I mean, years and years of putting dudes in jail innocently and removing them from the household, and years of telling women that, oh, you don't need a dude. If you don't have a dude, you're gonna get these benefits. Years and years of that are manifesting now, man. So this video is just the manifestation of the bullshit that we Americans have been going through or been perpetrating. The same fraud, the same mindset we've been perpetrating. And we may not have liked it if it was done to us. And not we. Now, I mean, I'm bigger than that. I'm a bigger person, so I'm able to say we because I'm talking as an American, yo. And this woman in this video, Sriracha Lesbian, then on top of that, all right, and I'm going to say, damn, I keep saying this is the last thing I'm going to say, then I keep going. But also, I see people saying, oh, if it wasn't for white people, this, then the third, or she's a lesbian, she's confused, this, then the third. It's like, yo, all these things that y'all saying are all American things, not her being a lesbian or her being Sriracha. It's just the fact that her freedom of speech, all these things that it's like, yo, this is all American, you know what I mean? Women's rights, you know what I mean? This is American things. Like, how y'all getting mad at, you know what I mean? Like, an American, you know what I mean? It's like, yo, she's doing everything that y'all want her to do. This is the exact mindset that maybe when she came from, or maybe when her family migrated from wherever they migrated from, if they migrated from, because a lot of people say, oh, she's from Korea, she's from Asia. How you know that? How you know that? You know what I mean? People see me and they think I'm migrated from this. It's like, nigga, I was born in Brooklyn, nigga. You feel me? My family is from Africa, yes, from Ghana, like I say all the time. My siblings, a lot of them are from Ghana too. But me, per se, I'm from America. And I mean, I can't perpetrate anything else and be like, oh yeah, I remember how school was in Kumasi. You know what I mean? No, I don't, nigga. I went to school in Brownsville, East New York, you know? Brooklyn. So it's kind of like this is all I could do. So it's like, when I speak like this and when I come off like this, people may be like, oh wow, he's articulating himself in such a hood fashion. It's like, nah, it's not that I'm articulating myself in a hood fashion. This is what I was taught. This is what I was brought up around. This is what I know. So this is how I'm able to communicate. If I was brought up in an environment where it's like, yo, everybody judged off of color, i.e. America, don't you think I would do the same thing? You know what I mean? But thankfully, I was grateful enough to be raised in a household that it was full of immigrants that didn't really understand the whole American dynamic of racism until, like, the news, CNN started pushing that in their minds and they started saying stuff as I got older, like, yo, watch out for this, watch out for that. I'm like, damn. And we started understanding how dangerous it was to be a black male and certain things like that. But yeah, man, I'm a kid. Yeah, I don't want to take too much of your time. I just wanted to address that. We'll be back on another episode of Karen Commentary. But yeah, how do you guys feel about that? Because this was a good one. This was one of those things that I feel like opened up dialogue. I feel like it opened up a lot of dialogue, and as ignorant or as offensive as it may be, sometimes those be the things, man. Look at Trump or the conversations that he started.